So if you were around during the betas or when the game launched, you know that Orochi was literally everywhere. I'm pretty sure, if I remember correctly, that he was the most used hero in the game, and he was my main at the time. I mained him because I love that he was this traditional samurai who wielded a katana, and he's the reason I joined the samurai faction in the first place. I wasn't too happy with reflex guard at the time, but back then no one knew that we would be playing the way we play now. Anyways, I think Orochi's kind of been ignored by Yubi, and I flat out believe that he's nowhere near where he should be. Sure, there are some really good Orochis out there, but that doesn't mean that he doesn't need help. The last time I think Orochi's been seriously tinkered with before this season was when they were talking about how 500 millisecond lights would be too fast for him. And if you fast forward to today, he gets his top light nerfed and they give Berserker 400 millisecond lights. Believe it or not, at one point Orochi was considered OP, so this may be a reason he hasn't gotten any love recently, but I'm not too sure. The reason I think Orochi is weak is because he just doesn't have anything to open opponents up. If your opponent knows how to block, Orochi gets nothing. He doesn't have a bash, a kick, or a punch to open up turtles, and he doesn't have any way to get guaranteed damage. His only two really viable attacks are his top light and zone attack. With his top light being nerfed for parry changes down to 22 damage, it puts him in a worse spot than before. I know that his deflect has been buffed, but there aren't a lot of people who can consistently deflect out here. Orochi is supposed to be a counter attacker, interrupting attacks with his fast lights, dodge attacks, storm rush, and riptide strike, but the thing is, if your opponent chooses not to throw out slow attacks or hardly attacks at all, Orochi is going to have a tough time dealing damage, unless he parries or deflects. I think he should and probably will be on the list of reworked heroes when Season 6 rolls around, because I think that the only hero that may need a rework more than him is Shigoki. Orochi needs to get away from the top light zone style, and there are a few ways to do that. I don't think balance changes and a couple little tweaks will help him the way it helped Highlander, but instead I think he needs entirely new attacks like Kensei got. He's too one-dimensional, and like I said, he can be shut down entirely by blocking, and it was the same way for Kensei. You give Kensei a couple more feints and a bash with faster attacks, and he's in a pretty good spot right now. I don't think there's a single move that you have to dodge or parry when fighting Orochi. I know that the top light zone style does manage to get Orochi victories by catching opponents off guard, and his storm rush top light combo is effective when it lands, but is that really the only way a hero is supposed to get wins? As I said, Orochi was and is still really popular, and I feel that he should have more ways to damage his opponent. I think everyone should have more ways to get damage on their opponent, so we have faster, more intense fights. I would love to play Orochi again, but not the way he is right now. I think Yubi did a great job with Kensei, Conk, and Berserker, so I have faith that they'll do a great job on Orochi and all the other heroes they plan to rework as well. He needs a new identity, as right now he's just a samurai version of Warden without the shoulder bash. I want him to be able to use his whole kit reliably, but right now that's just not possible. Anyways, that's all I got for this video. As always, I love to hear what you guys think, since the comment section is a place where everyone is of different skill and play on all the different platforms. Do you agree with me that Orochi is too one-dimensional and needs a rework, or do you think I'm completely wrong and that Orochi is fine? And as always, if you agree with me or just like the video, feel free to leave a like and sub if you're new, and I will talk to you guys in the next video.